Hello everyone. So in today's class I'm going to discuss the most wanted topic, that's unit 2 of entrepreneurial planning. This is a very important topic for class 12 entrepreneurship. After huge demand, I'm sharing this with you. Please subscribe the channel if you have not done till now. uh, this will help you to stay connected with the channel. So, first topic is the types of business organization. The chapter of entrepreneurial planning is divided into two parts. One is the types of business organization, and the other part is the business plan. Both the topics are very important for your board exam. Let's move ahead to the types of business organization. First of all, the activities can be divided into two parts: economic and non economic. Economic activities, those activities which are done for the purpose of earning money, are economic, and for psychological satisfaction, we do, they are non economic. A teacher teaching in school is an economic activity. If a same teacher teach her own child at home, what she gets is a psychological satisfaction, that's a non economic activity. There are types of economic activities: business, profession, and employment. Let's discuss them in detail. What is profession? When a person has knowledge in a particular area and training in that area, then that person is said to be professional. And employment, when we work under somebody else, that's employment. And in case of business, when a person produces or buy or sell things of his own for the purpose of earning profit, then that activity is called as business. For example, doctor is a professional, corporate employee is an employee, and a shopkeeper is an example of businessman. So these three are the type of economic activities. After that, next we have are the economic activities further can be classified into three parts. It can be your business, basically business economic activity can be classified into three parts. Either you can be a manufacturer, or you can be a service provider, or you can be in the category of trading. So these are business activities on the basis of economic consideration: manufacturing, service, and trading. First of all, let's talk about manufacturing. Manufacturing means providing the making the goods and selling them in the market. See, different type of business economies have different type of manufacturing activities. Then we have service. Service means any intangible commodity which is provided. Intangible means which we cannot see, we cannot touch. What a banking person provide? He provides service. So for the characteristics of service, service is provided. Service provider, service receiver are supposed to be at the same point. That's point of sale. Other than goods, services are provided. These are part of infrastructure. In recent past, service sector has grown more than the other sectors. Trading dictionary meaning of trading means buying and selling. So even a person buys the goods and then sell them in the market, that will also be considered as a business activity. So business activity can be manufacturing, trading, or service. Then there are different authors who have different definitions. Let's come to the meaning of business. What is business? Business is a continuous activity. First of all, it's an economic activity because it is done for the purpose of earning money. Then, what it includes? Either production and sale of goods, or buying and selling of goods with the purpose of earning profit. So this is the meaning of business. There are characteristics of business. First characteristic is entrepreneur's presence. It's very much necessary for an entrepreneur to be present at the time when the goods are purchased. And if there is an entrepreneur, only then goods can be made or sold in the market. So the very first characteristic of business is entrepreneur's presence. The second characteristic is economic activity. Business is done with the purpose of earning money, so it's an economic activity. Production or procurement of goods. Production means either making the goods and then selling in the market is also business, or buying and then selling the goods in the market is also business activity. Then it says sales and exchange of goods. When you buy, basically you make the goods and then you give them the charity, that will not be considered as a business activity. Only then, if after buying you sell those goods in the market, can be considered as a business activity. And so business involves these all are the characteristics of the business. Other than this, the other characteristic of business is element of risk, for which I always say wherever there is business there is risk. If you're doing a business, you have to bear the risk also. Then the business creates three type of utility. That's form, place, and time utility. It's a very important question for your board exam. Form utility means because when we buy the raw material, we convert the raw material to finished goods. So that's how business provide form utility. We make the goods available at the place where the buyer is there. So it provides place utility. We make the goods available at the time when consumer actually needs it. That's a time utility. So by this is how business provide these three type of utilities. As I said you, form utility, place utility, and time utility. Raw material to finished good is a form utility, and then making the goods available at the place of consumer is a place utility. Storing the goods for timely availability is time utility. Uncertainty of return. Business is full of risk. Uncertainty means not surety. I will do we do activities in present, but return we get in future. So we don't know how much return we'll get or not. So that's why we say business is full of uncertainty of there is uncertainty of return in business. As I told you, element of risk. If you are doing business, you have to be prepared for the risk element. So element of risk is the another feature of business. Then we have the forms of enterprises. There are three forms of enterprises: public, private, and joint. Private sector enterprises are sole proprietorship, partnership, joint stock company, cooperative society, and Hindu undivided family business. Out of these five, in your syllabus, there are only three. Then public sector enterprises, as its name is suggesting you, these enterprises are owned, controlled, and operated by public authorities, which means these are owned, controlled, and operated by government. These are called as public sector enterprises. The objective is social welfare. Joint sector, as its name is suggesting you, in this basically public and private sector both work together. That is called as joint sector, which means private sector plus government work together. That is called as joint sector. So these basic definitions are clear, are good enough for you. Here is one assertion reasoning question for your practice, and this is the assertion and this is the exact reason. So if you get such type of question in your exam, the very next line is always the reason for your assertion. There are three form of organizations: sole proprietorship, partnership, and company. The sole proprietorship, as its name is suggesting, you sole means only, proprietor means one. That form of business organization which is owned, managed, and controlled by only one person is called sole proprietorship. As I said you, which is owned. Owned means whole capital is invested by only one person. That's sole proprietorship. Managed means taking day-to-day decisions. All the day-to-day decisions are taken by the one person, sole proprietorship, by the same person. And controlled means all the decision making. So that business which is owned, managed, and controlled by only one person is called sole proprietorship. Let's discuss the characteristics of sole proprietorship. First characteristic is individual ownership. So in case of sole proprietorship, there is only one person who is the owner, which means there is only one person who invests whole money. Then there is individual management and control. As I told you, management means day-to-day activities, control means decision. In case of sole proprietorship, all the decisions are taken by only one person. Individual financing, financing means capital investment. Whole capital is invested by only one person. Whether he borrows the money or he invests his savings, whole capital is invested by only one person. That's sole proprietorship. So owned, managed, and controlled by one person. Then another characteristic is unlimited liability. Unlimited liability, which means if I am unable to pay my liability, my personal assets can be taken. That's unlimited liability. Next is sole beneficiary. Beneficiary means all the profits are taken by, as I am the only one who has invested whole money, so whole profit will be taken by me only. It's very easy to form and close. You don't need to go take any legal formalities to make it. So very easy to form, and whenever you want to close it, you can close your business. So, but other than this, there is one feature of there is one characteristic of sole proprietor which is actually a limitation for sole proprietorship also, and that is that limited financing, you know. And then we say suitability of sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is suitable for the when there's limited capital is required, secrecy want to maintain, and there's a local market, then it is required. But there are certain limitations of sole proprietorship. As I told you, it is there is limited managerial ability, there is limited continuity, as well as we have limited knowledge of the person. One person cannot be expert in all the areas. So because of all these limitations, what is needed? There is need of uh, two heads are always better than one, which means we talk about the partnership. So another form of organization is partnership. What is the meaning of partnership? Partnership is it is formed as per the act actually, and partnership is associated to two or more persons who come together for the purpose of doing business. And what they do, they share profit and loss. So when two or more persons come together, sign an agreement, they form a partnership. There are some definitions given by authors. First characteristic is two or more persons. So in case of partnership, minimum number of members are persons are two, and maximum, in case it's a banking business, then maximum are 10. But in case of other business, if you are doing other business, then maximum number of members is 200. In your book it's written 50, but CBSE had sent the document which says now it's 200. So this is the first characteristic of partnership. After this, the another characteristic of partnership is that in case of partnership agreement, the partners have to sign a agreement. Agreement is can be written or oral, but preference should be given to written agreement because it acts as a proof. Then third is profit sharing. In case of partnership, what partners does, partners share the profit among themselves, and the profit sharing ratio is decided in advance. Unlimited liability, all the partners have unlimited liability, means if the partnership is unable to pay the liability, then partners personal assets can be taken. That liability they can pay individually or collectively. Then in case of partnership, as I said, you unlimited liability, whenever you read the word unlimited liability, that person's personal assets can be taken. So in partnership we are sharing the profit and losses, so we have to share the liability also. The next characteristic of partnership is that implied authority. It's a very very important point. Implied authority means that whatever task partners does, that they are answerable. The firm gets binded by the act of all the partners. Whatever, let's see, if I have signed, I'm a partner, I've signed any document, and there is a stamp of the partnership firm, then the partnership firm also get bound by the act of partners. Partnership firm gets bound by the act of partners. That's implied authority. Restriction on transfer of shares. Partners cannot transfer their shares by their own wish. You want to transfer your shares, you have to take the permission of other partners. If they allow, then you can do. In case of continuity, partnership can be continued till the time all the partners want. If any partner dies or leaves the partnership, then new partnership comes into existence. For example, earlier XYZ were the partners. Z left the partnership. Now new partnership is to be formed, that is XY. Now let us understand what are the areas where partnership is actually suitable, which means which are the type of business where a person should opt for the partnership form of organization. It's important for your exams also. So the first area of suitability is when a business needs limited capital and managerial requirements are higher than the sole proprietorship. And then either the business is small or medium, then also this form of organization is suitable. Partnership is suitable. Then we have non-registration. It is not compulsory for the partners to get their partnership registered, but if they cannot get registered, then they cannot sue the firm in the partner. Partners cannot sue the firm cannot sue the partners, even third party cannot sue the partnership firm. Then partnership deed, as I told you, it's a written agreement between the partners that whatever they will decide, it will be written in the partnership deed, so that in future if any conflict arises, then they can take out this partnership deed and they can solve those conflicts. Here are the components of partnership deed. What is in this deed, we write down all the details regarding the partnership: name of the firm, name of the partners, name of the business, place of the business. Main things are profit sharing ratio, how much capital is invested by each partner. If any dispute will arise, how we are going to solve that dispute. If any partner act as a manager, how much salary is to be given to that partner, what will be the duties, powers and responsibilities of all the partners, who will maintain the accounts. All these details are written. There are some common limitations of partners. Have limited resources, and there is limited life of both sole proprietorship and partnership. Then comes a joint stock company, which fulfills these limitations. These joint stock company, basically people come and sell their ownership in the market in the form of shares, and the person who buys the shares becomes the owner of the business, and the person who sells the shares, that he gets the capital. So that's a very simple concept of joint stock company. So company means a voluntary association, which means person come of their own and become the part of the company, which of the person formed for the common objective with capital divisible into the shares, and in this they people have limited liability. The very first characteristic of company is voluntary association, which means a single person cannot constitute a company. Mainly minimum two persons are required to form a private company, and minimum seven persons are required to form a public company. Artificial person, a company is called a person because it can sign a contract, but it's called artificial because it cannot eat walk like us. So company can be sued in the court, it can sign a contract, it's a person, but it's not a real person. So company is a artificial person. So as we said, companies are basically how companies come into existence. Companies come into existence through a agreement. In case of in whenever the company is formed, company is formed, there is an agreement between the company and the members. Then common seal, as we told you, company is a artificial person, so it has to sign somewhere. So the sign of the company are in the form of common seal. The next characteristic is limited liability, which means that company, if any member have whatever money is invested by a member, only that much money he is liable to pay. His personal assets will not be taken. So members' personal assets cannot be taken for the repayment of company's loan. That's what is a good character. That was a limitation of sole proprietorship and partnership, that they had termed limited liability. But in case of company, there is limited liability. Diffusion of ownership and management. In case of company, the owners and managers are different. The owners are somebody else, and the company is managed by somebody else, which means owners are all the shareholders are the owners, but all the shareholders don't manage the company. Number of members, in case of public company, private company, maximum number of members is 200. It is written 50 here, but it's 200. But in case of public company, there is no limit on maximum number of members. Last is winding up. When how company a company comes into existence by law and dies by law. If all the members put a lock over the company, company will not die unless and until law comes and sell all the assets, pay the liabilities, then company cuts into company can be winded up. Choice to be made whether I should make public company or private company. Now, before taking this decision, we need to understand what are the features of public company and what are the features of private company. Let's understand the features of private company. As we can see, private company has a minimum of 2 and maximum of 200 members. Private company restrict the members to sell their shares, transfer their shares in the market. Private company does not invite the public to buy the shares because it has minimum number, limited members. Then private company has to write down limited after its name, and the minimum paid up capital for private company is 1 lakh. So these are the characteristics of private company. What did we say? 2 and 200. Then we have public company. Opposite to private company. Public company has minimum 7 members and maximum no limit. Public company does not restrict the transfer of shares to anybody. You can sell the shares. Public company write on public limited after its name. The minimum paid up capital is 5 lakh. And then public company has to issue the prospectus to invite the general public to buy the shares. So this is public company. Even in exam, they can ask you the difference between public company and private company. Then you have to write down the same features. Same features. On one side, public company features, other side, private company features. Then which form of organization is more desirable? It's a very, very important question. Whether public company is more desirable or private company is more desirable. Keep it in your mind. Private company is much more desirable than public company. There are reasons for that. The very first reason, in private company, we can form a company just with 2 members. Only 2 directors are required. I don't need to issue the prospectus. I can just issue the statement in lieu of prospectus. These all are the points you have to learn thoroughly. But where company is suitable, when the business is heavy and basic industry, when you want to start a large scale business, then you need huge amount of funds. Business involves heavy risk, or your business is complex and needs very high technology. So class 12. Now let's move to the next part, that of your entrepreneurial planning, which is your business plan. Business plan is very, very, very important for your board exams. So let's understand what business plan is. What is planning? Planning, whenever we do anything, what we do plan in advance. Now here, so we are going to start the business. So what we need to do? We need to plan in advance what is to be done, how it is to be done, who will do it. A very interesting topic. First of all, let's understand the meaning of business plan. It's a comprehensive means detailed written document which describe all the elements which are needed for starting a venture. When I say internal and external elements, business plan are a very important, it's an important question. Decision making tool. How? Because it helps in taking the decision regarding which input is required, which mode of utilization will you use for using those resources, and how we are going to execute the project, what is the goal, how we are going to make our business profitable. So these are the five important points. Learn them thoroughly, because in exam multiple times CBSE has asked what are the, how business plans are decision making tools, because business plan helps in taking decision regarding these five parameters. There are nine sub plans of business plan. Sub plans means the various parts of business plan. We, when we make business plan, we take care of various areas: marketing, finance, operation, production. Let's understand who write the business plan. Class 12. Is it the lawyer? Is it the technical team? Is it the no, is it the production department? Who writes the business plan? Class 12, business plan is written by the entrepreneur and only entrepreneur. But he, a person cannot be expert in all the areas. So he takes the help of different experts: legal team, technical team, operational team. So he, after taking the help of all these persons, a entrepreneur makes the business plan. So until ultimately by the entrepreneur. Let's understand the importance of business plan. First is, it helps in checking the viability of the venture. Viability means possibility, that when we make the plan, we understand whether our idea is actually possible or not. Then it provides the guidance regarding the resources which are required, and what are the certificates we need to take. Then third is, it helps in setting the concern and queries of all the persons who are going to invest money in our business. Then self assessment, it helps in self assessment, because when I have planned in advance what is to be done, then when I'll actually do the work, then I can see that whatever I have planned, whether the actual work is going as per that or not. So it helps in doing the self assessment. Then if we find the idea is not visible, then it also helps in taking the decision that it means it is a time to terminate the idea, we should stop that idea there only. Then it also helps in checking the four C's of credit. That is, it's a very important question. In exam, they can ask you which four C's of credit: character, cash flow, collateral, and equity contribution. Whenever an investor invest money in your business, he checks these four characteristics. He checks these four C's. If your idea, if your plan has these four characteristics, your business has these four C's, then they are more than happy to. So here we have short form to learn this plan importance. First is V for viability, G for guidance, S for satisfying, S for self-assessment, then next S for suggest determination, and F for four C's of credit. So learn this term VGSSSF. That formats of business plan. How business plan can be presented. Business plan can be presented in these four ways. One is the elevator pitch. Elevator pitch is a 3 minute summary in which a person is given 3 minutes to speak about his business idea, and that's like a teaser for the potential idea, that if the potential investors will get satisfied or will be convinced, then they will ask you more details. Next is a pitch deck with oral narrative. As its name is suggesting you, in this there is one a pitch deck means a slideshow, and in that slideshow the details regarding your ideas is written, and then you present your idea with the help of that slideshow. That's what is called as pitch deck with oral narrative. So without any PPT, are presenting your idea, you're given 3 minutes, it's elevator pitch. Which PPT you are presenting, slideshow with you are presenting, that's pitch deck with oral narrative. Third is written presentation for external stakeholders. It's a written presentation like your project report. Class 12, you have made a business plan project report now, that's written presentation. Some very attractively, some nice formatted design and key graphs are drawn in that. Then internal operational plan, it's not for the external stakeholders, it's they don't need it, it is only for the persons who are working in the organization. So this is, so which format of business plan is not for external stakeholders? Internal operational plan is not for external stakeholders. So it is a written, so in left side you can see it is a uh, written plan, and other side you have the operational plan, which is for internal stakeholders. Component of business plan, there are nine components, and you have to learn these components in the same sequence. That's why we have made a term called map of Obami. Okay, you have to learn it in the same sequence, class 12. Then we have this business plan. Business plan has let's come to the component. So the very first component of business plan is introductory profile, which is also called general introduction. It has further four components. That's for that we have created a term called PIEs. First component is entrepreneur's biodata. It includes name of the entrepreneur, name of the business. Then second is industry's profile. What is industry? A name and address of the industry, location of the industry. Then third is constitution, organization, sole proprietorship, partnership, which form of organization, product details, product utility. So remember the term PIEs. Okay, after the description of venture, business venture, it includes a mission statement. Remember this word, mission statement. Which component of business plan starts with mission statement? Description of business venture. Mission statement include all what exactly is the goal of the business, that's written in the mission statement. See, business venture has two components. One is the site and other is the physical infrastructure. In this we'll write on the site. When we say site means the location of the business, that where exactly we are planning to locate our business, that will write down in the site, because location plays a very important role in starting a business. And ensure that wherever you are planning to locate your business, that look from for that location you should have no objection certificate from the municipal corporation. Next component is physical infrastructure. Here you plan what will be the raw material, from where I'll arrange it, what kind of labor I need, type of labor, from where I can get it, how to train them, utility, power, taxi, water, fuel, water, what are the things I need here. Then pollution control, what are the measures I'll take to control the pollution. Transport and communication, all these things are given. What is the objective of business venture? The objective is to save the entrepreneur's time, cost, and effort, because if all these things will be planned in advance, when we'll actually execute the business idea, it will be easy for him. Next part is production plan. Here, as its name is suggesting, you will plan how we are going to do the production, what are the things we need to do the production. And its main word is plan your work. Production plan, if you in your case study you read the word plan your work, then your case study is talking about production plan. Learn this word, P for production, P for plan. Okay, if your case study uses a keyword plan your work, then your case study is asking about the type of component, is this production plan only. So production plan has further three components. Either it can be no manufacturing, or it can be partial manufacturing, or it can be complete manufacturing. Let's talk about no manufacturing. If a business is a service business is not doing any kind of economic activity, any kind of production activity, sorry, any kind of production activity, then it will be considered as it will not make any production plan. Second is partial manufacturing. In case of partial manufacturing, half manufacturing is done by the person and half he gets outsourced. Then he write on all the details about the person from whom he is getting outsourcing. Third is complete manufacturing. Complete manufacturing means when whole manufacturing is done by the entrepreneur of his own. Then he write on all the things, what are the physical plant layout, what are the machinery he required, from where he'll get the machinery, what are the resources, why he is doing whole manufacturing. So whole process you will write on complete manufacturing. So there are three components of production plan: npc, no manufacturing; partial manufacturing; complete manufacturing. Okay, then what is the objective of production plan? You learn this because it has become the favorite question of CBSE from last 3 years. Picturizing ahead, that every step should be done at the right place, right time, and right degree, right operation should be done. That's the objective of production plan. Then comes the next plan, that's operational plan. Its key word is work your plan, work your plan. So after planning how I'm going to do the production, now I'm going to plan how I'm going to execute that production plan. So operational plan is made to execute the production plan. The purpose is that whenever the production activity is to be done, the production, there should be proper coordination in all the activities. That's the main objective of operational plan. Let's understand in detail operational plan now. Objective of operational plan is that, as I told you, ensure the orderly flow of all the activities, ensure the continuous coordination in all the activities, and there should be cool flow of goods and services. Now come the very important topic, that's the element of operational plan. They are RST, FIS. Keep this word in your mind. R for routing, scheduling, dispatching, follow up, inspection, and shipping. What is routing? Routing means, as its name is suggesting you, when we go somewhere, we decide the route, how we are going to do there. So, same way, for the production activity, we make a route, that how the raw material, from which process raw material will be converted into finished products. The next is scheduling. Each and every activities, the date and time is scheduled for every activity. Third is dispatching. Dispatching is related with dispatching of information, dispatching of instructions, how we are going to communicate the instruction to the employees. Follow up to see whether the task is done the way we have planned or not. For that, we go for the follow up. So under follow up, we see whether all the activities are done as we planned or not. After follow up, the next we have is the inspection. In inspection, we check the quality of the product, that whatever quality we have made, whatever quality standards we have made, whether actual quality work is done as per that quality or not. So here we do the quality inspection. Then shipping, we under shipping, we make the product available at the place of the buyer. So shipping is concerned with that, making the product available at the place of buyer from the place of producer. That is called a shipping. So there are six elements of operational plan: RST, FAS, routing, scheduling, dispatching, follow up, inspection, and shipping. Learn this very carefully. It's a very, very important topic. Then we have organizational plan. Organizational plan is basically related with creating the jobs and then creating the link among the jobs. So under organization plan, what we do, we decide what will be the form of organization, what will be the legal structure, who will be working under whom. All these details are planned in organizational plan. So organizational plan is that part of business plan that describes the proposed ventures form of ownership, which means what will be the legal structure of my organization. That, and then also we decide under organization structure only that whether it will be manufacturing business, wholesale business, trading business, or which type of business it's going to be. That is also mentioned in this organizational plan only. So first of all, you write in that, firstly you tell the legal structure, then you tell which form of organization it's going to be, manufacturing, wholesale, or trading. Then organization plan, then we write on which what will be the form of organization, whether it will be sole proprietorship, partnership, or it will be joint stock company. Now there are certain implications we need to see before deciding the sole proprietorship or partnership or company. You won't be ready to go for tedious process of making the business, setting the business, go for company. You don't want to go into any trouble, start with the sole proprietorship. So these are the factors you need to consider while deciding this legal structure. Then there are elements of operational plan. First element is, here we decide the terms and conditions of the business. Then we decide the line of authority and responsibility, which means who will be working under whom, what will be the name, designation, address of every position, what will be the stake of members, how much capital they will invest, what will be the role and responsibility of every member in my organization. This will help in clarifying the job. There will not be any confusion if all elements will be made clear in your organizational plan. Other than this, what is the objective of organization plan? It provides the potential investors a clear idea. Next, a very, very important plan, that's financial plan. Financial plan is the projection of financial data of the business. It basically decides how much funds are needed, from where we are going to, where we will funds come from, and how we are going to use these funds. These are the three decisions which are mainly answered through this financial plan. And when we make, so financial plan is very, very important, because whenever you go to investors now, they always check your financial plan. For financial plan, there are these seven components, that is in performa investment decision, performa financing. You know why performa is written in front of all this? Because these are all estimates, these are not the real values. So under every heading there is a word performa written. First is performa investment decision. Under performa investment decision, we decide that how the entrepreneur's funds are to be invested, how much money is required for the capital assets, how much money is required for the fixed assets, how much money is required for the day-to-day working. All these are decided in advance, because this will help me decide how much money is required in the business, how much money I need to raise. Let's say 20 lakh are needed to buy the fixed assets, 10 lakh are needed for the day-to-day working. It means how much money you need, you need 30 lakh rupees. Now next is how we are going to arrange it. That's perform a financing decision. There are two type of sources of finance: owners fund and borrowers fund. Owners funds, owners own money or the money raised by issuing the shares in the market. Borrowed fund is the money which is borrowed from the outside. Is owners money. Owners fund is less risky because I don't need to return the money, and borrowed fund is very risky. So you need to make a balance of owners fund and borrowers fund while taking this decision that from where we are going to raise the funds. Next is perform a income statement. Here we decide that how much income we are going to earn. It's written performer means all the estimations. On one side we write on the expected income, on other side we write on the expected cost or expenses. Here we use the conservative approach. Conservative approach means that we always assume that income is less than the or if income is 50,000, we'll write on 40,000. So that's what is the conservation of approach. Performa cash flow, as its name is suggesting you, performa means estimated. Cash flow means two type of cash flow, either cash outflow or cash inflow. So under this, we plan how much cash outflow is expected and how much cash inflow is expected. Then we compare these two, and we get to know that okay, when actual operations will start, we are already prepared to manage that excess of the cash or shortage of the cash. This is the benefit of making the performa cash flow in advance. After performa cash flow, next is performa balance sheet. Balance sheet, as it shows how much assets are there and how much liabilities are expected. It helps in showing the financial health of the business. If my balance sheet is good, it means my business is in good health. All the previous components of financial plan helps in making this performa balance sheet. Like performa investment decision makes the asset side, the performa financing decision makes the liability side of your balance sheet. And so it shows the estimated health of the business. After that, next component is break even point. Break even point tells that what is the minimum number of units we should sell so that we should be able to cover our cost. So break even point is basically called the point where our entrepreneur neither gets profit nor get losses. So here the entrepreneur calculates the minimum number of units he should sell in the market so that the minimum his cost should be covered. So that's why break-even point is calculated. In case of multiple products, we see which product sale should be continued and which product sale should be stopped. Then economic and social variable. This is also a very important component. See, when we make the financial plan, now, when we do any business also has impact on the social or the environment also. So business always takes certain measures to control the environmental damage which it may cause. So that the money which business spend to control that environment damage is called abatement cost. Other than this, it also gives economic benefit to the business a society, that's increase the employment or there is import substitute. So which are the components of business plan? It is I for investment, F for financing, C for cash, I for income, B for break even, E for economic and social variables, and then B for balance sheet. Learn all these components. It's a very, very important question, important 5 marker question for your board exams. Next is manpower planning. Under manpower plan, manpower is the main asset of every organization. So entrepreneur has to put in good amount of effort while planning his manpower. There are three type of decisions which entrepreneur takes while calculating the manpower. One is the what type of people are required, how he's going to what type of people, how many people, and how he's going to raise these type of how he's going to arrange these type of people, because it is very much needed for a business to hire the right number of persons for the right kind of job. Now we'll discuss these three steps of manpower planning in detail, as it's written WMH, how much, what kind of manpower, and then number, what kind of people are required to carry on the work. Every organization need personnel with the necessary qualification, skill, knowledge, experience, and aptitude to work. So here the entrepreneur calculate what type of people does he need, as each person will be working in a different position. So if I will not be able to calculate in advance what kind of people are required, then I may hire wrong person for the wrong job. That will lead to wastage of resources. Yes or no? So first, then we decide how many people are required. It is calculated on the basis of the total work, how much work a person can do, on the basis of level of absenteeism, and on the basis of labor turnover we calculate how many people are required in the organization. Let's say the people and the work is to be done 20 units a day. A person can make 5 units, so how many people I need to hire? 4 persons I need to hire. But it, one person may remain absent also, so I'll add number as per the rate of absenteeism. Third is how to procure them. How I'm going to do the three activities, that is recruitment, selection, and training. How we are going to recruit means invite the people to come and apply for the job, select whatever people will apply, how I'm going to select them, so the right person should be selected, and after selecting them we give them the training also. Whether the person is experienced or not, person has to get adjusted according to my organization. So how to procure has three steps: recruitment, selection, and training. And so, what is the objective of human resource planning? The objective of human resource planning is, learn this, keep it in your mind. It's a very important question. Objective of human resource planning is procurement of the right person for the right job at the right time. Procurement of right person for right job at the right time. Next type of plan is marketing plan, a very important plan, class 12. Marketing plan answers basically three questions: where we have been, where we want to go, and how we will reach there. Okay, now we'll discuss these three steps. In there are the process of marketing plan. You have to learn the all the steps of marketing plan in the same sequence. You cannot change the sequence of marketing plan steps. So here it comes. The first one for the marketing plan is that where we have. You have to learn all these steps in the same sequence. So first step is business situation analysis. If the entrepreneur is the old one who is doing business for a number of years, he will see where he have been till now. But if an entrepreneur is new one, then his analysis will be for the market, that where market has reached till now, and how he can adjust himself as per the market. Then second is identify the target market. Target market means the customers to whom I'm going to sell my product. It's very important for entrepreneur. If my customers are kids, then I have to see what are the needs and requirement of the kids. Okay, so that's the second step. Third step is conduct the SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat, which are very important to move ahead. And then we have the established goals. The entrepreneur has to establish the goals which will tell him where do he want to go, where exactly he want them, but ensure that these goals should be realistic, attainable, and they should be well defined, and they should be flexible also. But these goals should be quantifiable, so that we should be able to see that whether we are actually able to achieve those goals or not. Then the next step is define marketing strategy. Here we talk about four P's of marketing. Here entrepreneur decides about the product, how he's going to make the product, branding, packaging, labeling of the product, then pricing of the product, that price should be such that customer should be satisfied, how he's going to promote the product, how he's going to make the product available to the consumer. So four P's of marketing he plans in this. Then implementation and monitoring the plan. Lastly, he implement the plan and see that whether he is able to achieve the planned, how he's going to see that whether he's able to achieve the plan or not. Then last one he has is the risk assessment. So under this, the entrepreneur plans that he identifies a risk, and then he takes some measures to control he takes some measures to control these risks. So there are two parts in this. One is the identify the potential hazards, and then he develops the ways how he's going to control these hazards, or how he's going to face these hazards, or these risks, how he's going to face these risks. Then next we have the appendix. Appendix is the last component of business plan. In this, if whatever secondary documents are signed, whatever letters are there, whatever documents are signed by a director, or any secondary data is collected, any primary data is collected, then questionnaires will be attached. So whatever documentation is there, that whole documentation will be attached in the appendix. Okay, even in your market research, you have made the market research project, you have made the appendix, and what you have added in there, you have added all your questionnaire in that appendix. So all the documentation is kept in the appendix. Notes of this chapter are given in the description box. Click on the link and get the notes. And for more videos, you can visit my YouTube channel. That's www studysearch.in, and even you visit my website also for the content related to economics, entrepreneurship and business studies. Please like this video, share this video, and if you have any doubt, you're more than welcome to comment, and I'll reply. And comment means any doubt, if you have any doubt related to this topic. So subscribe my channel for more such videos.